it's anything crazy new. I am interested to see what it's
like. Okay, last map. Like Giants on defense, Fnatic on attack. On attack with double duelist. No Viper. And we're probably going to see a lot of this in terms of side hits.
Start this one out on the attack side, and you can see they're using the cage to cross, but
cage to cross all 5 of them. 3-person rotate from Giants coming in.
Decoy planted, but not yet activated. Fnatic ready.
Do they want to Yoru flash through this? Holy!
And that's a cost that they're willing to pay.
Damn, that was so bold, with everyone focusing close right. Look at this, what is going on? It's a 10-person duel at Heaven.
The advantage sits with Fnatic, but the damage is done. Someone has to capitalize on it, though.
Yeah, I think Giants got a little bit carried away. I'm not sure how many numbers they thought were here. I think they thought there was like 2 maximum.
Seeing what sort of game we're going to be getting already. The gloves are off. GX wanted to get in there and brawl.
Luca 2 Smith with the 5 gifted. That's your first gifted as well, man. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Helped them survive what was some pretty decent aggression in the end, but
yeah, they were not expecting numbers here. They really were not.
GX are not going to be able to put anything
not at all. Luca, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Chat, let's get some Slug Oilers in for Luca and the gifted. Thank you for doing that, mate. If you got gifted as well, say thank you to him. Appreciate the support. Okay, that's nice. In terms of the pistols, we're on 3-2. And that's meant to be a 1-0 for this map, obviously.
It feels like this map almost sings for them to
Giants only buy the Sheriff into this.
Pipson has other ideas.
I'm sure Pipson has a lot of ideas. Not sure we get to see them all. Voices of reason sometimes come into play. That trap's a little nasty. Good look to Hoodie getting over it. Attempt a little jump, I believe.
Yeah, I think he would attempt to jump this, right?
Oh, yeah,
he gets over it.
He's up and in, but that flank's going to be a little
Did they know this is possible?
Players down in vent, biding their time.
I really want Fatinho to try.
Yeah, I think Fatinho isn't going for it because he's scared that he's going to fluff up, miss it. Yeah.
I'm not going to screw up your flank.
Okay, nicely done. They get a kill from it. We get 2 armor rebuys. Yeah, Fatinho is just waiting behind the trip like, I'm not doing it, man. I'm not trying that. Doesn't want to get hit by it, and they turn and don't get the kill.
Because I still remember that the day on Fracture, he came in, it was like the first tournament he played, and he just absolutely pounded on Raze. Unbelievable performance, and then after that, well, that was where we sort of switched away from the chamber meta, and he had to go back to Pioneer Sentinel again.
Nice even distribution of kills for Fnatic as well. 4-3-2-1-0. We love to see it. Won't be long before we see Boaster on the board. If it's
5-person over towards A into a slow default. So let's see the Fnatic default.
On the previous map, it's been a very fun series despite it being so
camera into double trip.
As well.
Smoke towards fence to create pressure middle.
I think GX deserve certainly to make this a closer one. And to be honest, coming into today, I viewed this as Fnatic
Chronicle one away from his ult.
It was going to be theirs all the way. Coming into map 3, though.
Skydog goes over towards here. They want to make sure that one person. Ooh, everyone hits. Did they try and take a timing?
Astonished me on Breeze.
Yeah, and I think that will lift the spirits quite a bit.
Fnatic should be pretty happy at the moment. They got like Sky Flash, Skydog, double mollies out at middle.
Putting this in Fnatic's favor, but it really is an unknown. Purpo's nade should do a little bit of damage.
Yeah, and the stun just misses. When you don't have an initiator, you do, like with the breach, you don't know exactly where to be stunning. That is a shutdown over towards middle, and the spike is out in the open.
Boaster, but at this stage, I think GX know, okay, there's no real value in us over-facing here. And in fact, Fnatic are spamming away all of their utility to clear absolutely no one.
Fatinho's lost a lot of his health. He'll be playing the stun for this round.
20 seconds. They force up towards B Heaven. 15 seconds.
Just go heal Fatinho, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He has it.
12 seconds, though. They've got to pick up the pace on Fnatic, and it's right into this site. The site with the lower HP players.
Well, no time to win this round to see what damage it can do.
There's 4 seconds left now, and, well, they're not going to get this one planted, are they?
Killed their omen. Yeah. Interesting. I guess maybe they decided that
they honestly did enough damage in terms of 2 kills for the bonus. Right, 2 kills for the bonus. They keep some gun upgrades as well. It wasn't too bad.
peculiar.
They've got rifles for the next round at least. In terms of like bonuses, they haven't given away.
Yeah, in terms of bonus, it's good. It really is. Keep guns in terms of upgrades and have two
peculiar. You could watch 100 rounds of split. You probably won't see one
two
like
deaths,
that
one
again
armor
for a while.
rebuy.
Yeah, it's definitely
Sick replay.
Definitely a little bit off.
Okay, big buy round because of the kills that they got here. We get 3 people and 2 people that can't buy next. So massive round in terms of where this map is going. This half at least. BP, the middle goes into the corner. So A pressure, it's a fake mid pressure. Sky flash over towards B, plays all of B. Redguard's got a lot to do on his own here.
They were expecting Fnatic to maybe send Alpha here up top. There was a stun being held.
Yeah, and they've been holding middle, so this person just holds all the middle in terms of the line, and they can 3-person duel on A.
They have to fight for it, but Fnatic have already taken it. Chronicle.
No way, Redguard. That is wild.
Holy
hell, okay. And they get over towards the side. Dude, big buy round. They try and punish this. There was no map control elsewhere. He wanted to try get this person over towards here because I get he smokes this off, but you've got to expect it. Like, he smokes it off and he thinks he's safe to just walk up, but they just disrespect his smoke.
Just the weaponry that they have left for the next round is not enough without these 2 guns. So Fnatic are going to be converting this one. I don't think there's anything.
It was just way too much of a bold move, considering no info, info at middle in terms of no one's crossed, and over towards B they had a flash, no one either. It's just unnecessary. It really was.
Have any level of interplay. For Fnatic though, a good response. Patience was key. Timing even better. They're going to get out of this one with 4 players alive. You can see Alpha's still trying to hunt down the remainder, but with both towards mid, it would have to be a pretty catastrophic error at this stage.
We can have 1 drop because this is going to be... Wait, this will be 1-5. These guys will get 2. Yeah, they can have a low buy into it. They're going to force into it. It's a good judge map. Might see 1. Right?
Yeah, I think Giantx had some ideas here on how Fnatic
okay,
might
double Spectre.
Both early A and then a little bit later on.
Money's in the bin, 2,400 loss bonus on top of this, and Fnatic want to change it up. We are going fast B main.
Certainly taking advantage of them. Now they set their sights on the B side, and well,
that did not go where he wanted it to go.
One of the main things you're worried about going in here is always going to be the traps. Don't have traps to worry about, so straight in, paranoia.
Double satchel, TP to the back. Whoa, what a shot.
That's the real danger. 3, in fact, around this position. The Spectre already finding the 1, and Vitinho still looking to
yeah, really good reposition from Vitinho.
Purpo just flies ahead of it, picking off 3 so far.
That was sick.
He snuck to the back, but
dude, Purpo solo wins this round. So many big duels from him, 1.
Yeah, it seems like their game plan is basically just play mid in the
early. The good news for them as well, 3 people alive, so their money's a little bit better.
That was a risk though from Giantx. Came into the round with 2 Spectres, basically forced around the rifles that they'd saved. But again, it is going to be that sort of fantastic round from Purpo. That was the thing. He's been so good in these sort of scenarios where just explosive rounds come out. I'd say individually thus far, he might even be the best player on the server.
Yeah, you might be spot on there. And it's great to see as well, so early on, when we already talked about the pressure.
Yeah, another important round.
Could get to those players.
Yoru TP goes back aside. Omen flash towards heaven.
That's what they put a lot of it down to. Showstopper was activated, but yet to be used. It's a little
straight up sight hit. Doesn't hit anyone, but they get the sight for free, and they're holding on to map control. Giants want to fast retake this, but yeah, that was a bit too fast with the util. I'm pretty confident they weren't expecting 2 here. And Leo did great. The timing on his breach damage was perfect.
They know that player's stuck in, but you also know it's a Sky. Probably you're going to see some utility fire around. Still both flashes ready for Cloud, but it's a contact play. Leo's ready to swing. Alpha here as well, and neither of them are needed in the first fight. Very clean from Fnatic.
And I feel like Giants maybe need to do a timeout because they're focusing so heavy over towards middle, but it feels like they conditioned Fnatic into thinking they can't take middle. They should probably just...
against the clock as they will try and hunt him down.
Because most teams, when they play double duelists, will just enter sites until you can prove that you can stop double duelists going sites.
Again, a huge job. He definitely went a little bit more quiet in the last map. That was the thing. We didn't see those explosive individuals when it came to the Fnatic side on Breeze. Already going to start
that'll
things
be
off well.
that'll be Fnatic, I think.
It does feel like, especially as of recent. Well, obviously we got a little bit of recency bias in my head after what we saw yesterday on Split, but we have seen some very attack-sided halves of this map. So
yeah, and this will be a timeout. Like I said, I think they're going to go heavier instead of fighting middle. Just focus more on the actual site itself. And it's a relatively obvious timeout, so you might see Fnatic do mid control. We'll see. He is going to just spit for the fast. I mean, he'll be talking the whole time. See how long the camera stays on. Does he stop?
I don't know that Giantx will feel so comfortable, though, with their composition when it comes to the attack side, finding the same space that Fnatic will be able to. And so far, again, I don't think I've seen anything from the Yoru that I'm amazed by, that I'm blown away by. I think there's still quite a lot left in the tank that we're going to see in the next couple rounds.
You have to hope so. After the last map, maybe.
I think that's probably why you see Giantx.
I'm still going.
They know there's a lot
30 seconds later.
And they've seen, even on map 1, how quickly that early
Dude, take a breath.
Can turn into
Holy,
domination for your
you got it all in there.
Also, the buy is going to be pretty mix and match. But a showstopper for Purple will help out a ton. I'm very close to getting a lot of these.
In terms of, dude, I tell you what, I love that we've added this into timeouts, by the way, so you can actually check what's going on in terms of money. So Giants go into a last low buy for them. They got Razor, which they're probably going to need to use. Still holding over towards middle, though, and Fnatic are just like, sure, well, we'll just take map control. And not what I expected from Giants with the change-up. I thought they would have gone heavier to hold sites.
And well, I think that Giantx may have just gambled on the retake. Now, bear in mind, Purple has a showstopper. There's a few ults pretty close by. Paranoia in hand for Boaster to try and find something instead, though. It's actually Purple again winning the duel.
Oh, damn. Double on it, and they maybe heard him here as well in terms of main. I mean, they are locked off. And Omen is being an absolute rat in heaven.
Needs to get back in there. They are just sticking this defuse, and it is
okay, nicely done. Sick round from Purple again.
Big round from Purple.
Yeah, he's doing bits.
Couple on the board that you could almost solely put down to him.
Wow, quite a round from Giantx, you could say. The swing on the side alone, dropping Alpha Air, someone we've praised again and again, and we've already seen activated in this series. But speaking of Purpo warming up, look at that. Yeah, you were exactly right. We saw Boaster give up that control.
Yeah, nicely done from Red Guy here. Just make sure that they secure it. Someone's got to do the job of just holding.
Probably even heard the drop
holding
down,
heaven
reacted straight to it.
And it was a massive round considering their money, right? They were one away from this being like a crazy scoreline. Now they get a lot of money. Straight up side hit for Fnatic. Omen TP's over towards Spawn. Can Omen flash heaven? Redguard's got to do... Redguard did great. Straight up, Redguard did really good. Smoke for smoke.
To make that loss worthwhile, losing out their main smoker.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of ults over towards here. It was one of my personal favorites. I used to love doing this with a judge. They have to come and deal with you. You can Omen flash over towards site. Yeah, when they decide to retake the site, we have a breach short. Let's see it. 1, 2, 3. One person committed on site. And Hoodie needs to kill everyone. A good stun. Hit both.
But still enough for them to get back in onto this to trade.
Oh, Alpha managed to clean this up 1v2. It was a lovely stun. It must have just worn off. Big round.
Just about getting that round.
Yeah, I like the strat though. Omen ult to get into site. Omen flash to let them out. Trade over towards site. Then you have the breach short for when they try and flood back in.
I thought that could be it, just the over-aggression of Fnatic. They get 2 kills, hunting them down. Everybody's swinging on the back of the Rolling Thunder, but it had only hit 3 players, and Hoodie up top very nearly punished them and found that round win. But an Alpha clutch gives 5-3 over to Fnatic. As we said,
we've had so many rounds where everyone's so close to losing all their money. This is another one. This one, this time, both teams, if they lose this, have to eco, so this really is a big one. Confirmed.
And a lot of information
eco for whoever loses this.
There's a big stack on the A site where Fnatic are currently gravitating towards. In fact, all 5. Looks like they're going to have to commit.
Yeah, gap in the wall.
Redguard's playing aggressive. If they go back the other way, Purple is just so clean with it.
Hey, how many kills is this guy on? He's been fragging heavy.
As they were a little bit low on finances, I'm glad that was adjusted because he's the last man right now you want to have with a gun missing.
Do you think they planned that gap? Like there is a tiny gap in that Viper wall. I don't know, but it's pretty big actually. I don't know if the intention
Omen TP into the smoke. I actually think that no one was close enough to hear this.
Or if that
Inch towards heaven. Coutinho on top of watching it.
They're happy about that. Opening pick, Durka. Big danger man for this squad, down and out.
Giants go for a massive gamble of just leaving all a B, but as we can see, they're right. They hear the trip go in. Red guard's close. 30 seconds, got to hit over towards the site. Coutinho, if they do enter site, has his own breach short. It's looking like a reverse of the last round. Alpha went flying. Oh my god. It kind of gave him an extra boost and they had no idea that he just flew all the way across the map to the back of site.
Trying to still stop them. The plant can't be denied, at least for now.
They did the replay of that might be mental. I think he got hit by the ult. Like he must have gotten so high.
Exactly where these players are.
The neural theft gave all the information away. Giantx getting back in is going to be tough with the crossfires. Fnatic have set up, and it's Poster to take
Man, this is going to be a sick replay, surely.
There's no more to find. But he's out of here. Saving this
How much hype does he get?
A 6th round. The back and forth ends here.
Replay guy's gonna do it early. I guarantee he's excited. Might not even see the spike off.
Look at the initial setup in that round from Giantx, and it was nigh on perfect. Like, you had them locked in a box. You had a rolling thunder to hit them as they execute in the last 20 seconds. And then Alpha just does that.
Here we go.
Alpha just gets 2 while stunned. I do think there was an unbelievable flash that just went through.
Where is he, bro? Wait, there was a good flash on top of it. Is this not a team flash? Oh, bro, it was a team flash from Coutinho to get that guy back a sight.
Nice kills.
No, the team flash.
What do you mean?
He didn't go as high as I thought.
What did just happen? Well, that's the question Giantx have got to be asking, because the rolling thunder was perfect.
So
the timing
breach all and then flash, I guess, was like here.
Something else. We heard Steel talk about that earlier. It's
and like we said, whoever lost that had to go down to an eco. We have one hero gun. Saved.
It's a very big mistake.
And Fnatic into site hit. Site hit after site hit. What you do with double duelist.
For the majority. In fact, the showstopper used
the timing on that flash is nice.
Giantx. They'll be smiling about that one. Durka, where are you going? He's gone walkabouts, runabouts, in fact. The paranoia won't catch him. He's going to get so much value from here. Durka already with the first. The second, in fact, clocked up, and there's the third.
Yeah, and they can't hold sight.
But he knows when to tame it in, when to stop
it away,
and let his opponents walk right past. Beautiful play by Durka.
Yeah, that will be now 7 on the board. What started as a back and forth opportunities for Giantx, with Purpo giving them a couple of rounds. Now divulged into a pretty dangerous scoreline. A response here needed. Only Seekers online, which will be able to help them out with information. But I think it's more important that they try and get themselves that 4th, 5th round, like get themselves close to. As said, we know that on the attack, a lot of teams have been having.
Dude, I can't believe Giants are leaving site so heavy.
Some teams even get 10 rounds and lose.
All right, Tom. I mean, it's
this is nice though. Down towards middle, early info can go fast behind no matter where the site hit is. So they're at least changing up part of their style of play.
Teams most likely to throw this one away.
Yoro TP to back a site. Hey, this is nice though.
Don't ask me who it is, Tom, because I can already hear that question coming. A little TP in, good control, and Durka has support too, and it's
nice
Alpha
trade on
backing
this.
him up, so of course the kills come through. 2 trades for Alpha.
Oh my god.
Might need to do a little bit more for Coutinho.
What is going on? It's a 2-on-2.
Into his death. The spike is down in the open. That's the only advantage here for Giantx.
Everyone was trading. Massive duel in heaven here. That should be the rounds. Alpha 70 HP.
Ace needed.
Yeah, who else? Who else? I said that maybe Purpo's the best in the server. I would have to eat my words. It was a raise. I just guessed the wrong one. And actually,
30 seconds.
On the gap.
The timing spot on. And after plant, Almost guaranteed.
They have no idea.
Unless you're going to start seeing Giantx
Still be on site. So even though they clear this, the first question mark, they still got to clear the second mark. Second one in terms of back of sight. It clears that 15 seconds. They kind of realize now they got to send it. And Alpha gets a good plant, creating the pressure that he might be over towards B main. And plays on site. The good news is that he kind of has to play site or he has to play close because Redgar has the smoke of vision.
You know, from Alpha's
Vision block would wreck him.
That plant spot is perfect. He could be in spawn, he could be in heaven, he could be in main, and all of those positions will be viable. For him though, he's going to take a bit of an
he's going to take the duel, and they might not expect this.
This is a man that wants to duel. He doesn't want to win on the clock. He wants to win with the gun.
Sick round from him. They get up to 8, and he is giving it.
For Alpha, you're the best of the best. As Fnatic push up to 8.
He played it well.
Hey, we're seeing a Yoro on Durka. That's cool. We're seeing Purpo in the team on a race. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this guy can do it all, man. Just put him on any agent. It doesn't matter.
First ever Cypher. Mitch, that's kind of cool.
Isn't it? It's awesome.
But the thing I'm most excited about is Alpha yet back on Raze. This man is a tank on this agent. He's a tank on most agents. But an ace to give them their 8th round on the board. Fnatic might be having troubles, but this man certainly isn't.
I love the start of this round, Tom. Everybody gets stunned on Fnatic except Boaster. And what does he do? Does he stand there, cover his team? He just runs forward. He's like, all right, you want to push? But no, they didn't. It was just a bit of preemptive utility. Fnatic, you know, I actually like that stun as well, because often you're going to see like a
great question mark over towards B main, bit of pressure.
And you're just burning up utility
and
for
it looks like Giant have a good read onto this one, and we're actually going to be able to stack people over towards the site.
Giantx moved to the other side of the map. The stack is perfect. If they're going to win a round here, Tom, well, it is the last round, so it's their last chance, but this would be the one.
Yeah, they have read this to perfection.
One from Showstopper on Purpo, too.
Yeah, the same could be said for Alpha, yeah. Both raises with an opportunity. Cloud. Wondered if there'd be spam. There is. Maybe a little late. 40 seconds left on the clock. They know where this is coming. It is just going to be a straight-up fist fight when it comes to this final round on the A site.
Oh.
Fnatic now have 30 seconds to make their move.
30 seconds left.
Time's getting pretty low.
They've not even made it past the
they crossfire. One on spawn, so hopefully not team flash like last time. That's a great flash. Yeah, the recovery flash.
The show is ended before it can even fire off for Purpo. Here's the spray from Chronicle for another.
Does it stop? Oh boy, he second guessed it. He get the plant down.
Losing Durka, but Chronicle and Leo still stand, and that breach utility not online. Leo's a duelist here when he's most fearsome. The player up top will be caught by Chronicle.
Damn, dudes. How did they manage to win that? There's 20 seconds. They need to get over towards site and plant.
A huge lead at the half. And Giantx, they haven't seen a round win for quite a while.
They're stealing rounds out here.
After yesterday, 9 rounds in the attack. It's not a lot. Oh, I wish you could see Mitch's face right now. He's not very happy.
It's only been one day, Tom. I'm just thinking how many weeks we've got ahead of us here. Oh, God.
I'm remembering that for years.
God's sake.
Like, you think I've forgotten things? You know, like Logan 1v4 him with a sheriff? I never forget.
Remove split from the map pool. Just get it out. Just get it out. Get it out of here. I can't take it anymore. But I think Giantx are going to have my back on that
Pistols 3-2, Fnatic 1-0 for this, and Giants have to get a pistol.
It's rare you see a uniform 5 for everybody else. It's been slow. It's not been so steady.
What the hell?
A bumpy ride for Giantx.
This attack wall.
Fnatic now sit with a pistol
blocks
round
vision
up for
from
grabs.
heaven, and then if you get here as well, it blocks vision, I guess, from heaven as well.
It's not going to look too good for Giantx getting back into this one. You might even see that second round force out of
desperation. You can get the fast bit of control at the bottom and middle. Yeah, it kind of clears all the segments here, and then no one can. It's kind of nice with this strat if you put the dog all the way through. Oh man, Alpha has to kill people. Dude, nice movement. There's no way he went for that.
It would have been maybe even more impressive than the ace he got a couple of rounds ago.
Yeah, going full Matt Hardy on the play. I respect it, but well, it
that was
really
insanity.
Chronicle, Durka, and Leo. the last remaining, and it's the A defense that Fnatic have put all their stonks into. Unfortunately, we can see Giantx are taking it elsewhere. It looks like a plant, almost secured, and well, honestly, if you're a fan of Valorant, this is how you want to see the pistol round go. Fnatic take it, and we're going on to Series 2 pretty quickly, but for now, Giantx seem to have bought themselves a lifeline, unless there's a big performance out of some of these players. Remember, Leo had an ace in the last map, and Dirk on the
they're just like, well, there should be someone on site, right?
Popped off in the previous round.
They'll have
well.
a trip.
No
might give them some info, might give them a kill, we'll see. That guy's going to go find it. Oh. With this trip, they might think B main's clear.
Yeah, they're on the clock, that's for sure.
Okay, break the trip.
Available, a stun as well, an extra piece available as well for Fatinho.
Nice cover.
So
Purple tanked it? Okay, nicely done. 1-1 in the pistols. 4-2 altogether in terms of the best of 3.
Giantx have bought that lifeline. And well, as you saw mentioned, I don't expect much. It seems like, although it's been a long time since Bucky FC, that is something Fnatic are trying to bring back when they're running a raise. If they put it in on Breeze,
dude, this was distilled. I can't believe there's so many players that are like relatively young that just do this stuff where it's just W key when you would never expect them to W key. It will always catch me off.
And the thing is, you can get a lot of
Hero Bucky once again, this time for Alpha. We saw it on Durka for Bind.
I think the only issue, well, the only issue previously is that we saw it essentially as like Bookie go in, Bookie try kill, and Redguard denied it every time. This time though, with this composition, between Durka's TPs, his flashes, and obviously Leo's utility on the breach, you can do a lot on whatever position you want to dive into. Because the main problem was Redguard was able to react so quickly. Not so possible if you're blinded and or stunned.
I don't know. I kind of just look at it as an expensive shorty.
It is, but I think it has that mid-range capability, right? Whereas a shorty really doesn't.
Range, I agree.
Right. Didn't hear you go this hard on the Ares earlier, Tom. I'll
great gun.
Keep note of that.
Great gun.
Okay, go fight.
Enzo uses it, so it must be good.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Wait, they hear the rotate off as well, and it might bait in the Bucky here.
Right. Okay.
You laid me off. I can't not take that one. I didn't even want it.
Alley-oop.
Here we go. Not much in this round at all. Obviously, they've gambled their
35 seconds. They create a bit of pressure over towards Vents, and they are going back to the Bucky.
Everyone else with the classics.
Gets a smoke to play around. Oh man, it's a little bit scary. What's the Sky Flash like?
Should be good for one. Anything more, and I'll be sad. And well, that's about as good as I expected that to go.
Yeah, all right. Good flash from Cloud. Let's give him the credit. I don't think that's a downside of the Bucky. I think that's an upside of Giantx playing well. We'll see what Hoodie can do. Maybe he'll pop off. Gonna keep the control over Heaven, I thought, and then I see him drop down below. All right, makes sense. You got to create as much distance as possible.
A few players that could go hunt if they wanted to.
But in fact, he's just going to be close on B main on the walkout. B main?
I mean, he's going to hunt with this gun eventually.
Pushing just to try and get orbs, because at this stage, you can deliver them the
In an ideal world, they would swap these guns, but they might not feel comfortable to do it. Oh, okay, yeah, they swapped the guns and he goes hunting. Yeah, because they wanted him. He's like 5 out of 8 now.
An 850 credit weapon or a free one.
Situational, Tom. Situational. Unfortunately, you know,
and I think when they swapped the guns, they thought it was going to go a little bit better than that.
Fatinho probably loses at 9, but one of those will get him. Good attempt, but I think we all knew that
no one panicked
from
Giants, and they keep all of the main guns that they needed to. 3 guns they're allowed 2 deaths.
They don't have to panic just yet, because now they get their rifles out. Giantx have a decent bit of cash to fall back on. Shouldn't be any struggles.
The funny thing is, there's actually a clip in the past of Flusher in another FPS game doing that, where he runs in late, sticks the defuse, knowing he won't get it, and you see a load of players actually die to the not spike.
I will hunt and then gets insta-tapped.
Your planted device that is not called a spike.
The dangerous device. I see.
Okay,
still a long
big buy rounds, and this is meant to be a bonus, but we look at the guns and it's hard to call this one a bonus. So buy v buy, Yoru committed over towards here, and yeah, it's one of those positions that you can play a little bit more when you have a Yoru.
Not what we've seen from...
Wait, didn't it actually, you know what that reminded me of? When Fnatic played against K-Corp, and I think it was Martin was in this corner, and the Skydog went past him. So yeah, they're learning from that. They're learning from their losses. That pause kind of doesn't get checked these days.
was an attempt from Fatinho, right? He put the stun
Celsius always plays it, but he has the Viper smoke, so it's a little bit more. I mean, you feel better with the smoke there. 2 people on site. Yeah, and we've got a good setup here, and this guy can flash through the smoke if he wants to. So he does. Fights 1 on site as well. Yeah, this was nice. Flash side so they can't trade it.
Not anymore. Bullet to the head will secure that. And Giantx advantage, not quite.
They can expect Cloud Heaven.
To the good over on Fnatic,
especially with this plant, probably not.
Be secured. Not really any utility for it either. No flashes for Cloud.
I mean,
no
they are looking.
They
are looking for it.
You're going to find it very difficult to recover on this one. And
Nicely done from Alpha.
With that opening pick from Alpha. Hoodie playing the real gamble inside the smoke. Paranoid up in the ready.
Yeah, they were so on top of this in terms of how they would have played it. In terms of Giants, they did all right. 2 people down. So next round, they can at least reset the econ.
Yeah, risks. Still, it was a bonus round. Still, it had quite a few weapons to it though, so Giantx definitely were hoping to get a little bit more from that one, but again, the 1-2 punch of Chronicle and Durka.
Side.
Nice, boys.
I think it very much falls back to what Steel was saying as well, though, about it being a good attempt, a good idea, good play, but poor execution. In this instance, there was a flash going
these 2 can't buy, all of these can't buy.
The idea was that guy on the left is stunned, he'll fall back, you fight
Giants did the first step of the comeback, win the pistol, now they got to win this one.
He was hiding behind the box like a little rat. And that's the problem when Durka has a gate crash, he can go into those nasty
kill trip, camera
and he's
early.
out for free.
I like this camera.
Someone trades him, but that's not going to happen when you blast back in.
There's a lot of, like this with the trip here, you'd skid full info of A, so they can just leave that.
Double up in mid. It seems like the duelists, at least for now, are looking to try and challenge this. There's a stun as well available with Leo, and actually they've stunned deep.
Oh, that was nice. I mean, this guy wasn't stunned, but Fatinho just out.
Swing to maybe save Purpo. Instead, he's actually gifted his own life over. And this time, actually, they have stuck around.
Walk contact.
Oh, I don't understand how Durka is catching that again and again. What read goes on in his head? How does he feel and hear the breath of the round like that? The second they turn from the angle, both players looking at heaven as they clear it. I don't think there was any utility, and he steps to give it away.
Yeah,
and,
and retake over towards
go, oh, there he is, not looking at
have
me.
info if they go heaven, info if they go site, and then they got a kill trip over towards site. So if they do all go towards site, and use the smoke against them, and they're gonna be saving. Oh boy.
Getting close to crunch time.
2,400 for the people that are dead.
Any ability to turn things around, and while making sure they go into the next one with weapons is so much more important.
It's going to be very hard to do now.
It was
10 seconds left.
Anyone but Fatinho.
No damage done.
Would they even contemplate going for it?
3K for everyone.
Obviously, once you see that your flashes are out, your stuns are out, any CC is gone.
Have the best paranoia ever.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to like curve round in a circle. You basically have to use it like some sort of high tide. Yeah. I'm just going to drag this around. Please never do that. It would be the strongest ability of the game.
Am I sold on this Fnatic comp? Nah, not really.
11-5. Fnatic now 2 rounds away from having a victory on the board.
I feel like if a team,
it's definitely not been the
if a team just played heavier over towards sites, I would need to see it again on attack, convincingly take mid control. Then I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'm fine with it. But that mid hit didn't fill me with confidence.
Now at least.
But they did just site hit, so the site hits look good. You have to prove that you can at least take a little bit of mid control.
Durka and Alpha, they're not giving up mid. They've had no reason to thus far, but the level in which they're pushing it is a bit of an absurdity. They've gone all the way through, no resistance yet. And
this is nice from Fnatic. 2-person walk push down.
To catch them. There's no cipher.
Yeah, they got no, and no one is looking. No one is looking. Oh man, how many kills should they be getting here?
Fatinho. They're gonna catch Fatinho.
Holy hell. Man, and they're just spamming them over towards site. Yeah, annihilation. Easiest round of their lives.
My God, Hoodie standing against the entire
right, 7. Dude, why is everything 12?
There was no chance.
12-5.
13-5. The theme of the day, apparently. And it's on the cards yet again. If Fnatic take one more round, the script is complete.
Third, how is Fnatic going to counter the AWP? Giantx didn't use it. Yeah, Giantx, I didn't really enjoy how they played defense. They didn't get out on AWP, and they didn't play heavy sights. Like the two things you need to do against the double duelist comp.
The perfect round for Fnatic, and that may well be it.
Dropping bars, but no, it's one of those things where. Yeah,
Chef's kiss.
I agree. They couldn't have said it
Chef's
better.
kiss. Mwah, nice. Exactly.
But that is the thing. It's like, this is the problem of not having that sort of information. Like either leaving a lurk or having that cipher on the map. It's become a pretty common theme for teams to have that in play. And I think Fnatic just
don't need to counter the AWP if you can't afford one.
It's the only time that we haven't seen them properly pressure mid. That's been a big part of the sort of gameplay of Giantx, is holding onto that middle control, fighting for that middle control. The one time they try and go direct is when they get wrecked. It is unfortunate, but for Fnatic, it just proves the reads they've had sublime. 12 and 5 smiles on their faces, thankfully, because it has been a rough start. Them not making it to Madrid was a surprise.
Yeah, 7, and we almost have 3 13-5s.
Didn't make it look any better.
I do think it's a small thing, but the idea that losing this series would put Fnatic on the worst losing streak ever. That's in the back of your mind. Okay, worst losing streak with the full roster.
Yes,
because they had subs in the last.
Yeah.
So that, like,
oh my god, this push down's kind of sick.
Unbelievable. Durka, he's gonna flash this and finish the TP right after the nade. It's blinded them.
Alpha's just gonna go for it. Yeah, they're just gonna go, and they have so many rounds. Normally they would try and get out here, but
close play by Alpha here. That nade. Oh, it's caused problems. He'll lose a bit of his health to that, and flank up from spawn gets Hoodie a kill. That rotation working out perfectly, but even despite that punish, it's a 3 versus 3.
This round felt like a split death match. Like that's what I'm watching right now. It's just like you've had a player had to get a kill from the spawn. You've had a push.
They should have just gone. Yeah, I thought they were going to flash send it.
That's been the defense for Fnatic, is just fighting mid every single round, and this is the best case the Giantx have had. And well, they've still got plenty to walk into. Look at the read.
Mini assistant coach, yeah, he still is. I think he just didn't want to be in Berlin that much.
And they are walking straight into
I think he wanted to be at home. That's like one of the big reasons he changed his
Gatecrash is gone. It just faded. He has no opportunity but to stay here. Leo's there to support, but the Rolling Thunder's going to put pressure on him, and with Durka down, Leo surely soon to follow.
Okay, we'll slowly count it down. 7.
The last pause
Don't get the plant.
to GX. That discussion with Pipson.
7 down to 6. 6 chances for Fnatic to finish it.
6 more in a row to bring us to overtime.
Yeah, the problem I have, though, is that's the first time the aggression has even traded even. And it was off such a ludicrous display of aggression, and the fact that one of the players was still in the spawn. So I don't know if that's a round that I can really look at and say, oh yeah, that's going to happen again. I would be surprised if I see that happen again in the next 3 weeks, because it's just such an absurd attempt at something from Fnatic. Now they come in with the operator. We've already seen Durka take these fights and duck out immediately. Sure, GX are going to fight for it. They know there's players here.
Oh my, what the hell?
Is just the same.
Yeah, full shut down the middle.
Punish the wide swing, the one tap, and Dirk is down. Fnatic needs someone to recover these advantages. 6 in a row. It's a lot for GX from this point. You chip away at it one step at a time. They need to make this round look convincing.
This has to get to like
Viper's
9.
Pit online, but with these advantages, you would hope it's not going to be needed, saved for a rainy day. The aggression of Boaster being watched for all the while. GX have to commit players to this, not having that cipher. That means sometimes you lose the fight. The numbers back to just a one-man advantage, but the B site is uncontestedly theirs.
Yeah, and they at least get the ult out of them, so it's a little bit of a win.
Awkward for any retake.
Dude, what the hell is this ult?
At their own peril.
Sick.
Trip going to be broken, so they know that it's close, and going through that snake bite would just be almost certain doom. It seems like every player from Fnatic has decided in a different avenue.
You might see a timeout from Fnatic. It depends. Mini probably wouldn't, because he used to say that Boaster would just come up with all the solutions anyway. So maybe they don't need to.
They drop will make things more awkward for GX, and it's definitely going to get a little bit awkward in a moment. The angles that they have to hold will be almost a perfect spam. More Chronicle to play with, and there you go. He's just waiting patiently. They haven't even managed to destroy that trip. Finally, they get
Holy
around the
hell.
corner, but they're getting wiped out as they do. Chronicle with enough to buy in the next round. He'll take so much out of this, and well, technically a Red Bull clutch, but the round was already over.
It
7 down to
was already
5.
cemented, but you got to be thankful then that Viper's Pit was put
Op
through.
is saved.
Chronicle had something like that locked and loaded. Who knows if he could have unleashed that earlier and on the side. Obviously a difference when they're pushing out of the pit into your trap. Makes it a little bit easier, and a good reposition, a slightly late paranoia, but either way, very well played late round. And interestingly, Fnatic, remember,
Yeah, I think this is good though. I think doing this nice and early when there's loads of rounds to play with.
What appears to be the last of theirs. 5 rounds to defend this, and well, they'll have those 5 rounds mapped out in the next few seconds.
Yeah, I don't mind this. Stem the bleeding before it gets too bad. And in the last couple of rounds, I think, again, that one at least was more so just them catching that aggression again. Like, I do think we need to see something a little different now from Fnatic. Even though it was massively successful in their 3 victories, the Durka Alpha Year 1-2 punch in mid has been figured out. 2 rounds back-to-back where it hasn't had the success they were hoping for. Now, I will say, there is still like a 50-50 chance that Alpha Year would just run down mid this round and kill them all, but I don't think you want to play that. You can win the round in other ways, and you're also allowing some of those ults to build up.
Yampy.
Seekers available.
Damn, bro.
And if Giantx are just directly looking to counter, I can almost guarantee that's what Pipson was talking about. Like, you can't allow them that space. We have to fight for that control. Even if we want to do other things, we have to hold it. And that's what they've been doing the last couple of rounds, and no surprise. That's what
Just
they're gonna do
imagine
again.
that.
Well, the gap of 6 down to 5, still quite a big
And
task
they are
for
one away.
Giantx,
Wait,
having
what are
used the
they?
Rolling Thunder and Viper's Pit not long ago.
Oh, okay.
But one away from the show.
So just in case there was a fast trap with Omen ult over towards spawn, that's what they're waiting for.
Well, situational.
Purple one orb away from getting ult.
For Fnatic, none of those big ults online are even that close. Not expecting to see them online in this round, but the rifles are out and Durka's op. Didn't find any value last time. Taking a look at the minimap, you can see pretty unlikely that he ends up finding something this time as well. The A site wide open and the gate crash also an A.
Yeah, and
so
he
no
goes
quick
searching
rotations
early.
for him. Instead, the
They
pressure
get
on
good
B
info.
will sit
2 people
firmly in
here,
the hands
camera
of
and trip.
Chronicle, or on the backs of Chronicle and Leo. The spray is good for 2! Chronicle showing up with Purpo tag blow. It's an easy conversion for Leo.
Damn, the confidence on it. Okay, 13-7. Fnatic
and domination
get their
from
win.
Fnatic on the final map.